What's up, bronies, ponies, coaster enthusiasts, and other creatures? My name is Drafts Manualist, and today we're gonna look at what could possibly be next for Djurssommerland, the park up in Nimtofte that many people say is the best park in Denmark. And yeah, I agree. It is a very good park. But what could be next for this very big, actually, park when it comes to the size of any other park in Denmark? What could be next for them? I have made a list of very many different ideas that I have to what they could get, both coasters and flat rides. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So, first I really want to say something. I have only taken manufacturers that I already have worked with. I didn't do the same thing as I did with my Tivoli What Is Next video, because then it would go overboard. I already have a ton of things just from manufacturers that I have, that they have worked with. So, yeah. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry, but yeah, that is just how I'm gonna do this. Then there's the location. Location I have a very big problem with because I don't know where. I have some ideas where they maybe could, which is all the way back in the park behind the Tarzan, like the little play area in the back behind the Viking ship. And all the way back over to like behind T-Rex Family Coaster. All that space right there behind there, if they can get that, that is the best thing for them to do. Because they have just announced that that they will get a new big expansion with a hotel and stuff like that on the right side of everything, right in this area. So my original plan was to put a lot of rides there, but again, they can't now. So yeah, let's just jump into the flat rides. So the first flat ride, which is probably also what many people will agree, is an intimate drop tower. It's probably either gonna be a gyro drop or a multi-drop. Which one doesn't really matter to me. But it would fit perfectly into Djurs lineup. It would get them another thrilling flat ride other than just Tion, and they could also get a little height in their park. I don't know if they have a height restriction, but I don't think they have. In my opinion, this is probably the perfect choice you can make, but there is a lot other, and this is the only one from Intamin that is not a coaster. So next one is a Skyfly from Gerstlauer. I think these are perfect, and it needs to be exactly the Skyfly because that is the only one that hasn't already been built in Denmark. We already have the two others in Sommerfuglen in Tivoli Friheden and Skyroller at Bakken. But we don't have the Skyfly. We also have that weird one in Legoland, which is the best one. But we don't need to talk about that. So yeah, the Skyfly would be amazing. Maybe would be too similar to the others, but I think it would be perfect at Djurssommerland. The next one is Star Shape by Zero. This is kind of a rare model, I think. Not that I really know, but it looks very cool. I have tried it already up in Liseberg, and it's a great ride. And I think Djurs really could use one of these. Another very thrilling flat ride that maybe can invert you, which many of these flat rides do. But yeah, I think a Star Shape would be perfect. Maybe it's too close to Liseberg, but who knows. Then there is a Zamperla Air Race. I know there's one in Tivoli, but that doesn't really matter. Those two parks I feel like is far enough away from each other to like they can get one as well. I don't know which one they would get. Maybe the one that rises, but you know, it doesn't really matter at the end. A Zamperla air race will be amazing. Then we have another Zamperla, because Zamperla have like the best ones here, which is Zamperla Setter Swing. I hope I said that right. But yeah, this is a gigantic beast. What it looks like, it's gonna be gigantic. This would be bigger than Tion. Maybe it would be too similar to Tion, but I don't know. But it would be so cool to have here. But again, it may be too similar to Tion. So yeah. Then we have another one that I chose for Tivoli Gardens, which is the Hawk, Zamperla Hawk. This is a great ride, it looks like, and I think Djurs could use this. Maybe, again, this is another one that maybe be too close to Tion. Like, it's kind of hard not to have something that looks like Tion. The same with the star shape. But yeah, I think they could still use this Zamperla Hawk. I think almost any park actually could use Zamperla Hawk. I feel like it's just like some great Joker flat ride that can just be used anywhere. Now we have a top spin, most likely from Haas. I think this is a great addition. They could theme it very well, like Talocan at Phantasialand, which looks absolutely amazing. I don't think they would do it to that extent, but like something with a good theme would be great. There's two versions, there's the classic and there's a suspended version. I don't know what the difference is, and I don't really care. Like one or the other would be perfect for this place. Then at the last flat ride selection, we have an Enterprise. There's not really anything close to this, and the most reason that I took this is I want to ride one. I just really want to ride a Enterprise. I think that looks so cool. So there's legit no other reason why I want this here. Yeah, right, it would fit as well, but like, I just want to try it. On to the roller coasters. I have a few roller coasters that could fit perfectly in this park. Which the first one is the first Intamin, or one of the only Intamins, is a custom multi-inversion coaster, because they can't be custom. This would be an amazing choice for Djurs, because this would get the inversions that they don't have. I'm not sure if they want inversions in the park, but if they do, I think this would be a great if they want to go with Intamin at least, which you will see in a minute. This could potentially, same with the other, many of the other coasters in this, could take and would probably take the inversion record from both Phoenix and Demon, which only has 3, which is very easy to beat, and Djurs can get another record back. So yeah, multi-inversion coaster would be great. Next up we have a little more stretched one, which is just a Woody. I don't know if it would be a small family gravity group Woody, which would be cool, and I would actually like to see that, because those looks are actually very good. It could also be a big gravity group, or even a GCI, maybe a family GCI or something. I have no idea what it was. And if they still deliver the model, then I think an Intamin prefab would be good here, if they wanted to. I think there is a document somewhere where Djurssommerland was supposed to get a Woody, a very tall one at least. But I think they kind of scrapped that whole thing, which kind of sucks. But yeah, a Woody would be amazing here. It may be too expensive to run in the long run, but that is kind of what wooden coasters do. So yeah, a Woody with good airtime. If it's going to be GCI, then very out of control. I have not tried a GCI, so that could be very cool actually. But yeah. Then we have probably another wild card, which is the Big Dipper by Mack Rides. They work a lot with Mack Rides. The newest coaster, T-Rex Family Coaster, is a Mack, so Big Dipper wouldn't be off the table. But I think there will be some other coasters before this one that they would take. But I think there's no reason not to go with this, because they could, again, like the multi-inversion coaster, take the inversion record. And this is much more crazy and much more creative than the multi-inversion coaster. I think it would at least. But like what I've seen of the Mack Big Dipper, then it's so crazy, and I would love to have one in Djurssommerland. Then we have probably the more creative coaster than the Big Dipper, the Djurssommerland Infinity Coaster. This, in my opinion, is probably the best one. If I could choose anything for this park, it would be a Djurssommerland Infinity Coaster. I know many people would jump on the multi-inversion coaster, but like, I think an Infinity Coaster is definitely the way to go. I don't know if it would be like Smiler, Swedeskanen. Hopefully that like Swedeskanen, because that only has one inversion. But like, I don't know what it would be, because this is so versatile. Like, it's crazy, and it would fit perfectly in here with some inversions and maybe a few airtime hills. Like, just make it 4 inversions, then it would be perfect. Alright, the only family coaster and general family attraction in this ride, except one, which I'm going to come to later. A Djurssommerland spinning coaster, and it's going to be specifically Djurssommerland because, yeah, I don't really have a reason. I just think that Djurssommerland they would rather work with Djurssommerland for a spinning coaster than Mack. So, yeah. But yeah, the Djurssommerland spinning coaster, they really need a spinning coaster in the park. They don't have one. It could be funny to see a Mack Extreme Spinner, but what are the chances? Not very high in my opinion. But like, a family spinner would be amazing. Maybe they could go with Mack, but in my opinion it doesn't really matter. I think a spinner would be good either way. Then we have the last coaster, which is a Sierra Tower coaster. Which this one I just threw in here. Just because if they want maybe a little bit cheaper option, but I don't think they need to go that cheap. I think Djurs has a good enough budget to do stuff like this. So if they want something like that, just buy the Infinity. Also, last coaster, there's one more ride that I would like to talk about, which is a dark ride. I would love to see Djurs invest in a dark ride. I don't know what it would be, or where it would be, or what theme it would have, or even if it's a shooter, it would probably be a shooter. But all that I don't have a single clue about, but it would be amazing to have a very themed, good dark ride at Djurs, mostly because they already do theming so good, so well. So yeah, that would be amazing to see. So that was all of my choices for what Djurssommerland could get next. So, what do I want to see the most? I definitely think a top spin, a drop tower, and Enterprise for the flat rides. Again, the Enterprise mostly for my pleasure. Would be the perfect choices. And it's either the Big Dipper, Infinity, or any of the Woodies. I don't really care about what Woody it's gonna be. I think just a Woody would be perfect. But what would be most likely? I think that the most likely flat is definitely the drop tower. I think the drop tower is basically a slam dunk, and they could easily get that. I don't care what kind of Intamin drop tower it is, because it would probably be Intamin. I don't know what other manufacturer they would like to buy from. I don't really think a Samperla would be that interesting. But yeah, a good Intamin drop tower would be absolutely perfect here, and I think they are looking at an Intamin drop tower. For the coasters though, there would definitely be an Infinity or a multi-inversion coaster. You could choose yourself which one you would like to see the most, but I think they both have the same chance of getting into the park. But yeah, that was all for this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked my choices as well. And I would really love to see what you guys think. What do you guys think Djurssommerland would get next? And what would you like to see? So if you want to see more Coaster and Pony content, then hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, then please leave it a like. And remember to comment what you think viewers would get and which park I should do next. But with that said, Brohoof, see ya.